Ian Wright just revealed what Arsenal needs to do to keep being this unstoppable machine. And a recent statistic shows that Arsenal is miles ahead of its rival Man City in an extremely important area. Stay with me until the end of the video to understand everything that's happening behind the scenes at the Emirates Stadium. But before that, if you're also passionate about Arsenal, subscribe to our channel right now to stay informed about everything happening behind the scenes of the greatest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's get into today's top news. Legendary former Arsenal striker Ian Wright has now revealed what he makes of seeing Declan Rice and Jorginho playing in the middle of the park together. Both Declan Rice and Jorginho were in fine form as Arsenal thrashed Newcastle United 4-1 at the Emirates Stadium on Saturday night. Rice has been a revelation for the Gunners since his arrival from West Ham United in the recent summer transfer window. Against Newcastle, the 25-year-old was able to take up a slightly more advanced midfield position, thanks to the presence of Jorginho behind him. The 32-year-old was stationed at the base of Mikel Arteta's midfield trio. Arsenal fans were seriously impressed by Jorginho's performance against the Magpies. His experience, composure, and ability to read the game meant that the North London club were protected from potential counterattacks. The former Chelsea man was equally impressive on the ball. With one particularly eye-catching pass, he was able to pick out the run of Gabriel Martinelli in the build-up to Kai Havertz's goal. Plenty of Chelsea fans now feel that it was a mistake to let Jorginho join Arsenal in the first place. Rice made the most of being higher up the pitch, too. The England international pressed smartly, forcing numerous turnovers of possession in Newcastle's own defensive third. In the first half especially, this allowed Arsenal to keep the visitors penned into their own territory. Jorginho and Rice have proven to be an incredibly effective partnership. This is not the first time that the duo have impressed together. The pair played in concert from the start of the match in the recent 3-1 win against Liverpool too, and on that occasion they were also both excellent. Arsenal icon Ian Wright has now waxed lyrical about what Rice and Jorginho bring to the team when they share the pitch. Speaking on his Wrighty's House podcast, the North London outfit's former all-time leading goal scorer said, "We're so much better with them two in the pivot. Jorginho, for me, and the way that I don't know if it's the way that he's constant, he's a metronome in there. Him being there makes me feel better, rather than just being Declan, then Kai, and Martin. Him being there, for some reason, gives us that something else what makes me feel just a little bit more, my blue blanket, I feel more comfortable." Given his age, Arteta cannot call upon Jorginho to start every match, week in, week out, across all competitions. However, the veteran has demonstrated his enduring quality and proven that he still has plenty to offer at the highest level. Equally, Jorginho has adopted something of a mentoring role with Rice, which will help the summer signing to reach his full potential. Juventus have reportedly set a price for Arsenal and Manchester United target Kenan Yildiz. The 18-year-old has attracted interest from several clubs across Europe since the start of the season. And according to Turkish outlet Axam, Arsenal are preparing a £34 million bid. However, Juventus want around £51 million for the forward, £17 million more than what the Gunners are proposing. Yildiz broke into the first team at the beginning of the season after moving from Bayern Munich last summer. He has since made 15 Serie A appearances, scoring once. The Arsenal and United target also earned his first senior call-up to the Turkish national team in October. He opened his international account in a sensational 3-2 win over Germany. Turkey's under-19s manager Soykan Bozkır previously likened Yildiz to Cristiano Ronaldo. He said, 2 years ago many big clubs were interested in him. Yildiz is more talented than Cristiano Ronaldo. His technique with the ball is superior to that of Portuguese. Massimiliano Allegri gushed over the teenager's talent during a press conference in October. He said, "In my opinion, he becomes a wonderful player, stopping the ball as he stops." Juventus allegedly blocked a transfer for Yildiz in January despite receiving interest from Arsenal. The Turkey international has since become an important senior player. Jorginho tells Arsenal teammates what they need to do if they want to win the title. Jorginho insists he is happy for Arsenal to be in the shadows of the Premier League title race and fight as underdogs against Liverpool and Manchester City. The Gunners are just 2 points off the top of the table after easing to a 4-1 win over Newcastle on Saturday night. A Sven Botman own goal set them on their way before goals from Kai Havertz, Bukayo Saka and Jakub Kiwior rounded off another fine display from Mikel Arteta's men, although the returning Joe Willock's late header ruined another clean sheet. City won the treble last season and remain the favourites to secure a record fourth consecutive Premier League crown, while Liverpool will be aiming to end Jurgen Klopp's reign in style by winning a second title under the German. Arsenal, meanwhile, are aiming to go one better than last year when they topped the division for 248 days before ultimately missing out to City. "I like to be underdogs," Jorginho said after returning to the starting lineup to put in a man-of-the-match performance against Newcastle. "Let people speak, we just need to stay humble and keep working hard in the shadows, keep pushing and keep believing. That is what we need to do, just keep pushing, and then we will see where we are going to get, but we are on the right path. We need to keep the momentum going and we can do that. Just working hard the way we are doing and keep believing, keep enjoying this journey together, and I think that's the way that we need to go." Arsenal have turned their form around since a mid-season break in Dubai, and Jorginho is enjoying his football. "I think we were creating before, but we were not finishing, and now it feels that the calls are coming more," he added. "It's a pleasure to see the boys scoring more, and they can have fun with the team working hard as well, so we are enjoying this moment and we need to just stay humble. I'm really happy, not just with my performance but with the team, because the team performed very well and that doesn't happen with everyone. It is just a pleasure to be out there enjoying this moment with an incredible team." One statistic has now revealed that Arsenal are currently outperforming Manchester City by a huge margin in one part of the pitch. Much has been made of the impressive work that Arsenal have done in the final third in recent weeks, but the Gunners' defensive contingent have been equally outstanding. In their last 6 Premier League matches, the Gunners have scored 25 goals. In that same period, they have conceded just 3 times. Arsenal have let 1 goal in apiece in their recent wins over Nottingham Forest, Liverpool, and Newcastle United. As Mikel Arteta's side battered Newcastle 4-1 at the Emirates Stadium on Saturday night, they were also once again impressive at the back. The Magpies did not manage a single shot in the first half. The Gunners defended from the front, pressing intensely, and worked incredibly hard to track back in numbers whenever the visitors threatened to make a break. In the few instances that Newcastle did manage to get forward in numbers, it was almost always dealt with consummate calm by either David Raya, or any one of the back 4, which was comprised of Ben White, William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Jakub Kiwior. Arsenal fans were also impressed by Jorginho, who did an exceptional job of screening the defensive line as the deepest lying midfielder. Arsenal defense setting new standards in the Premier League. The 1 goal that Arsenal conceded in this match came late on, after Arteta had made a raft of substitutions, and some credit must also go to Newcastle for what was undeniably a fine passage of play amidst an otherwise abject performance from them. Joe Willock's well-placed header against his former club prevented Arsenal from recording their 3rd consecutive Premier League clean sheet. After the match, journalist James Benge reported one key statistic on X that highlights just how impressive the North London club's recent defensive efforts have been. In their last 6 matches combined, Arsenal have allowed an XG of just 1.88 to be amassed against them. The second best defensive record in the Premier League in recent weeks, when it comes to XG conceded, belongs to Manchester City. Pep Guardiola's reigning champions have allowed 6.77 XG against them in their last 7 league outings. This is a huge difference, and proves that on current form Arsenal have by far the most solid defense in the top flight of English football. It is an old adage that title-winning seasons are built on solid defensive foundations. If Arsenal can maintain this incredible solidity at the back, then they stand a great chance of being crowned champions come the end of the current campaign. Well, folks, those were today's news. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay informed about everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell so you won't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and see you in the next video.